Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Current Affairs MCQs. Let's begin with the previous day question. Which of the following statements is not correct regarding the International Court of Justice, ICJ? A. Established in 1945, it is the principal judicial organ of the United Nations. B. It can prosecute individuals for international crimes like genocide and war crimes. C. It is headquartered in The Hague, Netherlands, and its official languages are English and French. Or D. Its judgments in disputes between states are final and binding with no appeal. The correct answer is option B. The International Court of Justice, ICJ, established in 1945 and operational since 1946, serves as the principal judicial organ of the United Nations. It settles legal disputes between states and provides advisory opinions on international law issues and does not prosecute individuals for international crimes such as genocide or war crimes. It is headquartered in The Hague, Netherlands, making it the only UN organ located outside New York and has English and French as its official languages. Its judgments are final and binding with no provision for appeal. Under Article 94 of the UN Charter, UN member states are obligated to comply, while advisory opinions remain non binding. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 1. Who coined the slogans Quit India and Simon Go Back during India's freedom movement? A. Bal Gangadhar Tilak. B. Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. C. Aruna Asaf Ali. Or D. Yusuf Meher Ali. The correct answer is option D. Quit India movement was launched by Mahatma Gandhi on 8 August 1942 during the All India Congress Committee session in Bombay. It demanded the immediate end of British rule following the failure of the Cripps mission. The slogan, Quit India, was coined by Yusuf Meher Ali, a socialist and trade unionist from Bombay, who had also created the earlier slogan, Simon Go Back. During the movement, Aruna Asaf Ali became a prominent figure, famously hoisting the Indian flag at the Govalia Tank Maidan as a symbol of defiance. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Question 2. With reference to Asiatic lions, consider the following statements. 1. Asiatic male lions have a less prominent mane than African male lions. 2. Barda Wildlife Sanctuary houses Asiatic lions in India. 3. Asiatic lion is part of the Species Recovery Program under Integrated Development of Wildlife Habitat Scheme. How many of the statements given above are not correct? A. Only one. B. Only two. C. All three. Or D. None. The correct answer is option D. The Asiatic lion, Panthera leo persica, is slightly smaller than the African lion. Unlike African males, Asiatic males have a less prominent mane, the long hair around the neck, leaving their ears always visible. Hence, statement 1 is correct. According to the 16th Lion Census 2025, Barda Wildlife Sanctuary is emerging as a second home for Asiatic lions after Gir National Park. Following the natural migration of lions to the area in 2023, the population has grown to 17. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change supports the Asiatic lion conservation under the Species Recovery Program with financial aid through the centrally sponsored scheme Integrated Development of Wildlife Habitats. Hence, statement 3 is correct. The scheme focuses on habitat improvement, scientific interventions, disease control, veterinary care, and eco-development for fringe populations to maintain a stable and viable lion population in India. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Question 3. The Rhizotope project, recently in news, primarily aims to A. Promote renewable energy adoption in wildlife conservation areas. B. To inject radioactive isotopes into rhino horns to make them poisonous for human consumption. C. Implement blockchain technology to track and verify the legality of wildlife products. Or D. Enhance community-based ecotourism initiatives for sustainable livelihoods. The correct answer is option B. The Rhizotope project involves a non invasive procedure where measured low doses of radioisotopes are injected into the horns of live rhinoceroses. This makes the horn useless and toxic for human consumption, while the procedure is safe for rhinoceroses. Radioactive markers make horns dangerous to smugglers and less marketable in illegal trade, discouraging poaching. Radioisotopes are radioactive isotopes with unstable atomic nuclei that emit ionizing radiation, alpha, beta, or gamma to achieve a more stable nuclear configuration. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 4. Consider the following statements regarding zoonotic diseases. 1. They are infectious diseases that can be transmitted between animals and humans. 2. Zoonotic diseases are caused by viruses only. 3. Rabies, Nipah, and brucellosis are zoonotic diseases. Which of the statements given above are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 1 and 3 only. C. 2 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option B. Zoonotic diseases, zoonoses, are infectious diseases transmitted between animals and humans. Hence, statement 1 is correct. They can be caused by bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi, ranging from mild to life-threatening. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Rabies, anthrax, influenza H1N1, and H5N1, Nipah, COVID-19, brucellosis, tuberculosis, Ebola, and SARS are examples of zoonotic diseases. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Question 5. Consider the following statements regarding biofortification. 1. Consumption of biofortified crops leads to greater absorption of micronutrients compared to non-biofortified varieties. 2. BT cotton is a biofortified variety of cotton. 3. Biofortified sweet potatoes are enriched with vitamin A through high beta-carotene content. Which of the statements given above are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1 and 3 only. Or D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option C. Biofortified crops, when consumed, provide higher micronutrient absorption compared to non-biofortified crops, assuming similar bioavailability and retention after processing. Hence, statement 1 is correct. BT cotton is a genetically modified GM crop developed for pest resistance and is not a biofortified crop. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Biofortified sweet potatoes are enriched with vitamin A due to their high beta-carotene content. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 6. The HOPE mission, recently inaugurated by ISRO at Sokar Valley in Ladakh, primarily aims to A. Develop advanced satellite communication technologies. B. Simulate space-like conditions to study human challenges for Moon-Mars missions. C. Monitor climate change effects on Himalayan glaciers. Or D. Develop nuclear energy reactors for power generation on the Moon. The correct answer is option B. Indian Space Research Organization ISRO has inaugurated the Himalayan Outpost for Planetary Exploration HOPE space analog mission at Sokar Valley, Ladakh to simulate and study challenges linked to long-duration space missions. It is part of ISRO's Indian Human Spaceflight Program, aimed at simulating space-like conditions to test technologies and human health protocols for future interplanetary missions, particularly those involving the Moon and Mars. Its objective is to study critical physiological, psychological, and operational challenges and improve mission planning and preparedness for human space exploration in human spaceflight. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 7. Arrange the following events related to World War II in chronological order, starting from the earliest. 1. The Treaty of Versailles. 2. The Soviet victory at Stalingrad. 3. Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor. 4. The United States dropped Little Boy on Hiroshima and Fat Man on Nagasaki. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A 1234, B 1324, C 1243, or D 2134. The correct answer is option B 1324. Key events around World War II. Treaty of Versailles 1919. The treaty imposed harsh terms on Germany after World War I, including war guilt, heavy reparations, territorial losses, and strict military restrictions. These terms humiliated Germany, fostered resentment, and fueled ultranationalism and revanchism. Start of World War II and Nazi Soviet Pact 1939. Germany invaded Poland on 1st September 1939 after making a secret agreement with the Soviet Union to divide the country, which led Britain and France to declare war, officially starting World War II. Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor 1941. Japan's imperial ambitions led to the attack on Pearl Harbor, drawing the US into the war and expanding World War II into a global conflict. The Soviet victory at Stalingrad, February 1943. It marked Germany's first major defeat. Allied forces won in North Africa and began pushing Axis forces back in Europe. US atomic bombing. On 6th and 9th August 1945, the US dropped Little Boy on Hiroshima and Fat Man on Nagasaki, killing thousands instantly, causing massive destruction and long term radiation effects, and leading to Japan's surrender in World War II. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 8. Consider the following statements. 1. The 1905 Carlisle Circular threatened to withdraw scholarships from protesting students, causing many to leave British institutions. 2. The National Council of Education, formed in 1906, led to the establishment of the Bengal National College and Bengal Technical Institute. 3. The National Handloom Day, celebrated every year on 7th August, marks the launch of the Swadeshi movement on this day in 1905. How many of the statements given above are correct? A. Only one. B. Only two. C. All three. Or D. None. The correct answer is option C. Swadeshi movement. The 1905 Carlisle Circular threatened to withdraw scholarships from protesting students, causing many to leave British institutions. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The National Council of Education, formed in 1906, led to the establishment of the Bengal National College and the Bengal Technical Institute. Hence, statement 2 is correct. The National Handloom Day, celebrated every year on 7th August, marks the launch of the Swadeshi movement on this day in 1905. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 9. Consider the following statements regarding RBI's Liquidity Management Framework, LMF. 1. The Liquidity Adjustment Facility, LAF, enables the RBI to manage liquidity by using repo and reverse repo operations. 2. Cash Reserve Ratio, CRR, and Statutory Liquidity Ratio, SLR, are part of short-term liquidity adjustments. Which of the statements given above are not correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, or D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B. The Liquidity Management Framework, LMF, is essentially the toolkit the RBI uses to manage the amount of cash in the banking system, helping steer short-term interest rates and ensuring smooth monetary policy transmission. Core mechanism. At LMF core, it relies on the Liquidity Adjustment Facility, LAF, that is the repo and reverse repo mechanism, through which RBI injects or absorbs liquidity as needed. Hence, statement 1 is correct. This framework typically operates with a corridor system, where the policy repo rate sits in the middle. The overnight weighted average call rate, WACR, serves as the key operating target for monetary policy. Other tools in LMF? The LMF also includes other tools like open market operations OMO, cash reserve ratio CRR, and statutory liquidity ratio SLR for long term and structural liquidity adjustments. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option B is the correct answer. Question 10. Consider the following statements regarding hepatitis D virus, HDV. 1. HDV is a defective virus that depends on hepatitis B virus, HBV, for infection and replication. 2. The World Health Organization has reclassified HDV as carcinogenic. Which of the statements given above are not correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, or D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D. Hepatitis D virus, HDV, is a defective virus that depends on the hepatitis B virus, HBV, for infection and replication. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The World Health Organization, WHO, has reclassified hepatitis D virus, HDV, as carcinogenic. Hence, statement 2 is correct. HDV causes co-infection or superinfection with hepatitis B virus, increasing risk of liver cirrhosis and hepatocellular carcinoma, a type of liver cancer, by 2 to 6 times compared to HPV alone. Hence, option D is the correct answer. And now, it's time for the practice question. Consider the following statements about the Strategic Interventions for Green Hydrogen Transition SIDE scheme. 1. It is a flagship initiative under the National Green Hydrogen Mission NGHM. 2. The scheme provides financial incentives to strengthen the supply of green hydrogen production. 3. It is implemented by the Ministry of Power through the Solar Energy Corporation of India, or SECI. How many of the statements given above are correct? A. Only 1, B. Only 2, C. All 3, or D. None. Send us your answers in the comment section. Thanks for watching.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.